Time to talk about MacEachern construction, and there's nobody who does that better than Dan MacEachern himself. And he's brought an extra guest with us. Brando is here, and is he your son?
Yes.
Okay. And he's been working. How long has he been working with you?
He's been pretty born to it, basically. But he's only 20 now. But he came in there, and he would come on the jobs with us, and he's helping out a little bit right now, doing some stuff. And plus, he's taking a couple of classes at college. But
okay.
So he's helping out.
So Brando, what was like your first memory of coming to the Laguna Woods Village and watching your dad go to work?
Honestly, I mean, probably just him laying down tile somewhere. I mean, I've been in and out of Laguna Woods since I was probably, maybe 9, 8. Like I've spent a lot of time, and I haven't started working consistently within the last year. I've really started working consistently.
Okay.
But I've been in and around the place for my whole life, basically.
Do you like the work? Is it something you're like, hey, I'm really kind of enjoying this?
Yeah.
Or is your dad kind of, come on, get on the roof with me?
Maybe when I was younger.
A little bit of that.
Yeah, maybe when I was a little younger. But I've always enjoyed more like tactile kind of work, working with my hands, stuff like that. And it's going to give me a good opportunity to kind of, I want to do architecture going forward. So it's a good kind of baseline. And get a good feel.
We got a picture up there, Dan and Brando. Look at that long hair, Dan.
Look at that,
those flowing locks.
That's right. That's a MacEachern construction T-shirt right there. So, and now he has the long hair.
Yeah, right. It's family tradition.
Swap places a little bit.
Yeah, right. But he's been with us, and he's breaking down a lot of walls. We have a lot of walls we have to break down for patio enclosures. And he's helping with that. And he does that well. He gets out there and knocks these walls down. Sometimes go a little too far. Hey, wait a minute. Stop right there.
Leave the living room as it is.
Yeah, right. But it's good. And he's actually doing some elevations for us now, too.
Okay.
Part of that architectural thing, which we need. And he's got a knack for it, so that's helping out.
Yeah, well, I guess being around somebody like you for all these years, it helps a little bit. How are things with the weather and what's going on? I mean, we've had some crazy wet winter.
Well, this morning before I even came here, I was on a roof at 7 o'clock this morning taking the tarp off because I have an inspection. And so we're doing this atrium. And so I stopped at the city and said, listen, I can't be here this morning, but I got it all ready for you. So we get the thing, he's got the ladder for him, he's got to go up there. But we worked through the rain, and it hasn't been too bad. You just got to try to cover things up, and then if you get a little leak, you get out there and figure out what's going on.
Okay. So Brandon, what would you say is like an interesting part of working in Laguna Woods Village? Obviously, it's a more senior community and that kind of thing. What have you kind of learned over the years, or what's some of the interesting things you've discovered about the folks here? Yeah,
I mean, some of the most important people in my life have lived in Laguna Woods. This woman, Nina Bryce, who really was like a family member growing up, who unfortunately passed due to Alzheimer's. Mm-hmm. But I mean, just lots of just really influential people I've met who have influenced my life, who who lived here.
Is there something that you are more drawn to in terms of all this work? Is it roofing, is it tiling, or is it just like a little bit of everything that you just kind of enjoy?
Honestly, we've been doing a lot of these covers, that's something that like, a lot of the guys I work with have been doing this for 20, 30 years. Mm-hmm. So they got me in the experience department just a little bit. But with the panels, I feel like I'm one of the better people in Laguna Woods at it.
He took over the panel part. I used to replace these panels. Oh yeah. And there's so many covers in Laguna Woods that have these skylight panels. And I had this template made for the plastic panels, so I have them. But you got to order a couple $1,000 worth of them at a time. But then when it starts to rain like we have. And it's not easy to replace these panels. And Brandon picked it up really good. You really got to have strong fingers to snap these things in. But he's taking that part of it over for us. So.
Making it happen. So what's going on with patio rooms? You're focusing on patio rooms these days?
Yeah. We've done a lot of room additions and stuff over the years, but it's the patio and the commercial, I will say, is working so well, getting a lot of patio work. And so I decided that, I'm going to just ratchet back a little bit and stick to the patios and just do a good job on the patios and the enclosures, the kitchen remodel and stuff. I found this good company called Designing Women. Okay. And they've done a lot of work out here, and I've heard of them, I knew them. So I contacted them when I was getting ready to change a few months ago and talked to them. And they took over a couple of my leads and got some jobs, and so they're a real good company. So I feel good when people still call because they see the commercial, and I say, well, I'm changing to do the patios, but I got a great lady for you, a rep for you, And so I feel good about that.
Okay, great. And so, like the design, just real quick on the designing women folks, are they doing just the design and then they're subbing out, or are they?
No,
or
they do the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I like about it. And they're doing
Okay.
and this lady called me. She wants her garage changed so she could have it insulated and drywall and all that stuff. And she wants all these cabinets. But then, so I called the designing ladies. They went over there. They're going to do the cabinets. I'll do everything before that, and then they can put the cabinets in. So I'm glad to be out of that business and just to concentrate on the enclosures. And so it's a little bit less stressful, let's say. A kitchen is a lot of work, a lot of moving parts in a kitchen, and these particular ladies are well suited for it.
So Brando, your dad can't do this forever. Yeah. Is this going to be? Are we going to be talking to you for years to come out here? Are we going to see a slow transition between you guys? What's the plan?
Possibly. I mean, at least. Absolutely for the short term, at least. How it figures out long term is something that we'll have to piece together by year. But for the foreseeable future, I guess there'll be a couple MacEachrons in Laguna Woods construction.
And even his mother, my wife, she's helping now too.
Oh, really?
She used to be a mortgage underwriter, and she not doing that anymore, and so now she's taking over the permit process.
Okay.
So we kind of all coalesced, the three of us here in the last year and a half.
Wow.
And I'm glad that Brando's doing the architectural thing, and I mean, I would like to see it. It'd be nice if he wants to follow that architectural deal, but in the meantime, he can help me, and plus he can still kind of help manage the company if he wants to.
Wow, quite the triad of power going on in the MacEachern house.
Yeah, right. It is.
So if someone wants to start a patio enclosure or whatever it is right now and have it ready for spring, when should they start talking to you? Or should have been yesterday?
No, now is a good time because one is the process. Maybe a year ago, starting 2 months ago would have been right because it took so long to get the permits because of all that hangover from the COVID and everything. But now people are up to speed.
Okay.
The HOA is working better. The city is okay, and even the manufacturers are picking up. They're not taking 6-7 weeks to get an enclosure. So right now, we get the permit process going. That takes only about 2 weeks now. Thanks to my wife helping too, and the getting the cover made up takes about 2 weeks. So you can get an enclosure pretty well done in about 6 weeks.
Okay.
And so you start now, and 6-7 weeks from now you can have it done.
We'll be ready.
Be ready.
June's around the corner.
Right.
And a little summer action out there.
Yeah, right.
Real quick, what's the best part about working with your dad?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. I gotta say, I mean, just seeing how he treats the people he works with is really kind of because the guy, everyone he works with, he's been with for like 20 years. So there's not a lot. I don't see a lot of new people. I've been seeing the same faces.
Okay.
So my probably favorite part is just seeing the same guys throughout my childhood. Now getting to kind of learn or work with them on the professional level is really just kind of an
and you're working
challenge.
with Steve here the last couple of weeks, master carpenter, master framer.
There we go.
That's a perfect education right there.
All right, folks. Brando and Dan MacEachern from MacEachern Construction. Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Hey, thanks a lot,
Thank
Michael.
you.
Appreciate it.
When we come back, we'll be talking to folks from the Publishing Club. Stay with us.